Welcome to the Verdict Zone. Today's case is about the invisible labor of the family glue and the seismic shockwaves that happen when the person holding it all together decides to let go. The anchor drops. This is the story of the family organizer who, after years of hosting massive holidays, dared to claim a quiet Christmas for herself and her immediate family. Our subject has been the default host and emotional center for her extended family for years, managing large, complex gatherings. After a conversation revealed the possibility of a simple, relaxed holiday, she realized her own exhaustion and made a decision: next year, she would not host. Her husband supported the idea. However, when she mentioned this change to her parents and in-laws, they reacted with anger and guilt, accusing her of selfishness and canceling Christmas, framing her choice as an exclusionary act rather than a personal boundary. For the next 10 minutes, we'll dissect this familial uprising. We'll analyze the family's entitled stance. They've grown accustomed to a service she never consented to provide in perpetuity. Their anger often masks a fear of inconvenience and a reluctance to step up. We'll champion her position: hosting is a gift, not an obligation. The mental and physical load is immense, and her desire for a peaceful holiday is not only valid but essential for her well-being. This is a classic case of dropping the rope in a tug-of-war she never wanted to be in. This isn't just about one family's holiday plans. It's a deep dive into a phenomenon many of you might recognize: the role of the designated family manager. This person, often a woman, becomes the keeper of traditions, the scheduler, the chef, the cleaner, the mediator, and the memory maker. It's a job with no salary, no holidays, and no quitting clause, or so it seems. The labor is invisible until the laborer stops working. Think about the sheer logistics she was managing. Coordinating who brings what dish, accommodating dietary restrictions for a dozen people, cleaning the house before everyone arrives and after everyone leaves. Then there's the emotional labor, managing family tensions, making sure everyone feels included, and creating a festive atmosphere even when you're running on fumes. She wasn't just hosting a dinner, she was producing a full-scale event, year after year. Her simple statement, "I'm not hosting next year," wasn't a cancellation of Christmas. It was an announcement that the current event producer was stepping down. It was an open invitation for someone else to take the lead, to share the responsibility, or for the family to collectively decide on a new way to celebrate. But her family didn't hear an invitation. They heard a refusal. They heard the closing of a door to a service they had come to expect as a right. The reaction, anger, guilt-tripping, is incredibly common. It's a textbook response to the withdrawal of unpaid, often gendered, labor. When a system provides a benefit for free, the beneficiaries rarely question it. But when that free service stops, they feel personally wronged. They don't see the years of effort she put in as a gift, they see her decision to stop as a theft of their tradition. They're not angry because they'll miss her, they're angry because they are now inconvenienced. They have to figure out what to do themselves. Let us be clear, her desire for a peaceful holiday with her own small family is not selfish. It's self-preservation. Burnout is real, especially for those who constantly give their energy to others. The person who always makes sure everyone else is okay often neglects their own well-being. By choosing a quiet Christmas, she wasn't rejecting her family, she was finally choosing herself. She was acknowledging that her own peace and mental health matter. This idea of dropping the rope is powerful. Imagine a tug-of-war where you're the only one pulling. The other side isn't pulling back, they're just holding on, letting your effort carry the entire game. When you drop the rope, the game stops. It forces the other side to either pick up the rope themselves or walk away. Her family was content to let her do all the pulling. Her decision to let go forces them to confront their own passivity. Will they step up and host? Will they suggest a restaurant? Will they create a new tradition? That's up to them. Her only responsibility is to herself and her own household. Our experts will explain the burnout of the family manager role and why those who benefit from an unpaid service often react with outrage when it's just withdrawn. This holiday upheaval forces a critical question: does consistently performing a voluntary demanding service for your family over time transform that service into a permanent obligatory duty where choosing to stop is seen as a moral failing rather than a personal choice? This is the core of the issue. A gift given freely does not become a debt owed. Her years of hosting were gifts. They were expressions of love and effort, not entries in a contract. The moment it started feeling like an obligation she couldn't escape, it stopped being a gift and started being a burden. Her family's attempt to frame her choice as a moral failing is a manipulation tactic, designed to pressure her back into her old role. It's an attempt to turn her generosity into a cage. The verdict in this zone is clear: she is absolutely in the right. Setting a boundary to protect your own well-being is not a selfish act, it is a necessary one. Her family's reaction reveals their entitlement, not her failure. She is not canceling Christmas, she is redefining what it means for herself. It's a brave and powerful move that reclaims her time, her energy, and her peace. She is dropping the anchor, but for herself, creating a safe harbor where she can finally rest. Learning to set boundaries is the ultimate act of self-care. If you've ever felt trapped by the expectations of being the reliable one, you need to join this liberation. Subscribe and hit the notification bell for the Verdict Zone. We deliver verdicts that empower you to reclaim your time and peace. Reclaim your peace. Subscribe now.